My superstars, today we'll be making plantain chips with pepper. Pepper plantain chips. Okay, so for this, we'll be using our unripe plantain. First, we're going to go ahead and wash our unripe plantain with peels. I'm washing mine with running water. You can choose to wash yours in a bowl of water. But the most important thing is that you wash your plantain with peels. Yes, I repeat, my superstars, with peels. It's very important that you wash your plantain with peels because you are not going to wash your plantain again after peeling it. This makes the process of making plantain chips a lot easier. All right, I'll give you more details in the course of the video why you wash your plantain with peels. Next, we're going to go ahead and peel our plantain into a tray. My superstars, when I was much younger, my mom told me that plantain should be handled in aluminium or metallic materials and not plastic. The reason is because it removes some slimy things, that whitish slimy substances, whereby if it touches a plastic it defaces the plastic, but if it touches an aluminium surface it can easily be washed off. That's why, my superstars, if you noticed, I had to transfer it from the tray into a bowl before peeling it into a tray to avoid it the slimy substance from destroying my plastic material. I continued with the process of peeling my plantain into the tray till I was done with all the plantain. Next, my superstars, we're going to go ahead and cut it into two in the middle. We're going to divide the plantain into two for easier handling during frying. When I was done prepping my plantain, next I placed an empty pan on fire. I allowed it to dry. When it dried completely with no trace of water in it, next, my superstars, I poured in my vegetable oil into the pan. Okay, so that's my vegetable oil right there. We need a lot of it in the pan because we'll be doing a deep frying. Okay, so you can use any vegetable oil of your choice when it comes to this. All right, whatever oil it is you want to use, you can use it. After pouring in the oil into the pan, next I added salt into the oil. As you can see, my superstars, I didn't add too much. A level teaspoon of salt is fine. And after adding it into your pan, next you have to stir it as much as possible to ensure that it dissolves. Adding salt to your oil before frying your plantain chips plays a lot of role in your plantain chips. It adds taste to your plantain chips, makes it very delicious. So my superstars, try as much as possible to stir it so the salt dissolves completely in the oil, if not completely, at least to a very large extent. Next, we're going to start slicing our plantain into the hot oil. By now our oil has gotten hot. All right, so that's a slicer right there. This slicer has a blade. That's the blade right there. Okay, that's where you place your plantain and slice it into the hot oil. So now we are going to go ahead and slice our plantain into the hot oil. You need to be very careful, my superstars, when you're doing this process, because that blade right there is really sharp. So caution needs to be exercised when you are slicing your plantain into the hot oil. Alright, so I'm going to slice as much as possible into the hot oil. Ensure that you maximize the oil. At the same time, leave enough room for the plantain to fry effectively and very well. Alright, as you slice, you keep pushing the plantain into the oil so it can start frying immediately. As the plantain is frying in the oil, at intervals you have to keep turning it over so that all parts of the plantain will be well fried in the oil. Not some parts will be well fried, while some other parts will not be well fried. You keep turning it over so it has equal access into the oil. In the meantime, my superstars, what's your favorite flavor of plantain chips? Is it this pepper plantain chips, or ginger plantain chips, or garlic plantain chips, or cinnamon plantain chips? Alright, let me know in the comment section. And which of these flavors would you love me to replicate so you can see and learn more? Please let me know in the comment section. And also, my superstars, let me know where you're watching from in the comment section so I can give you a shout out in my next video. Thank you, and don't forget to leave a like. At this point, my superstars, I noticed that the plantain chips has started changing color from the initial bright yellow color it had to a darker shade of yellow. This was a sign that our plantain chips was almost ready. Apart from that, I also noticed that the bubbles that had formed on top of the oil while frying had reduced to a large extent, almost disappearing. These are all signs that your plantain chips is almost ready. Another characteristic sign that your plantain chips is almost ready or ready is that when it comes in contact with a metallic surface, it makes a loud clanking sound. Okay, that is another secret sign. When it is still not well fried, when it touches this metallic spoon, it doesn't make up any sound at all. But as it gets fried, that means it has hardened and it has the ability to leave a sound on the metallic surface. It means it is well fried. So at this moment, my superstars, we are going to start removing our plantain chips. Today's content was inspired by Janat Babriye, all the way from Uganda. Thank you for watching, my superstar. Okay, so here's your peppery plantain chips, just like you requested. Thank you. I'm sending love all the way from Nigeria. Okay, and I also want to give a shout out to All Time African Folktales, all the way from Abuja. Thank you for always watching, my superstar. At this point, my superstars, we are done with the first set of frying. The first set of plantain chips I fried looked really small. So I'm going to set this aside and then go ahead to fry another batch to add to this before we then make our peppery plantain chips. This is the second batch of plantain chips I'm about frying, and while frying this, I'll be answering two questions people had asked about plantain chips in subsequent videos. So my superstars, please listen, because I'm sure you will find it really useful in your plantain chips business journey. Some people asked me in other videos if do they add salt to every batch of plantain chips they fry. No, my superstar, you don't add salt to all the batch of plantain chips you fried. If by the time you're done with the first frying, you realize that there's still enough salt in the oil that can add taste to your plantain chips, then you go ahead and fry the next batch. But if after frying the first batch, you realize that there's no salt in the oil, that your plantain chips is going to be tasteless, then you can go ahead and add a little more salt to the oil and then stir it to mix in the oil completely before frying the next batch of plantain chips. The next question a superstar asked is, do I package my plantain chips immediately after frying while it is still hot? The answer is no, my superstar. You don't package it immediately after frying. because the heat from the plantain chips will produce moist that will in turn make your plantain chips soft after a period of time. So it's best to leave it in open air exposed for a short period of time till it cools before you then go ahead and package it. You need to monitor it very, very closely so it doesn't get so cold to a point that it stops absorbing moisture from the environment and then in turn becomes soft. Okay, you have to monitor it closely. The moment it gets cold, not very, very cold, the moment the heat has reduced, you then go ahead and package it in an airtight container so it doesn't become soft after a short period of time. Alright, my superstar. Okay. Another question was, why does my plantain juice become soft after I've packaged it for a period of time? The first reason your plantain chips could get soft after you've packaged it for a short period of time is if you didn't allow your plantain chips to fry and get dried very, very well. Plantain has its own moisture content, and the essence of frying it is to get rid of that moisture content in the plantain. Okay, so when you rush the process of frying and you're not patient enough to allow it fry to dehydrate all the water from the plantain chips, after when you have just finished frying, it will look dry, it will look cranky, but after a short period of time, the residual water in the plantain chips will start making it soft and it will also change taste. So while frying, my superstars, you need to be very, very patient. Ensure that your plantain chips is well fried and the water in the plantain is completely dehydrated by frying. Okay, do not rush the process, my superstars. Alright, you have to fry it to a point that you realize that it has started becoming a bit brownish. Okay, like I said, once it touches your metallic spoon, it starts making a clanking sound, a loud and very obvious clanking sound. That's when you know that your plantain chips is well Another fried. Reason your plantain chips could get soft after a short period of time it is packaged is if your packaging material has spaces for air to penetrate. Yes, you need to use an airtight packaging material so that no external factor has access to your plantain chips. Okay, we have different types of packaging materials. We have pouches now. We have before now people used to use waterproof and then they'll use a stapler to staple it. Okay, those packaging materials were not airtight, but right now we have packaging materials that are airtight. If you use airtight packaging materials, there won't be access to moisture from the environment that will in turn make your plantain chips soft later. Okay, so take a look at this plantain chips, my superstars. We are removing the last batch. Okay, and at this point, if you have noticed, I've not really drained out all the oil. Okay, you need to leave traces of oil on the plantain chips because it's that trace of oil on the plantain chips that will help your pepper stick to it. If it's too dry, your pepper will not stick to the plantain chips. So you need to ensure that when you're draining it, you do not drain it completely of oil. It still has to have traces of oil on it that will help the pepper stick to it. Okay, so now we are going to proceed to the last step, which is adding pepper to your plantain chips. For this process, we'll be using our grounded pepper. I got this from the market already grounded. So we're going to go ahead and sprinkle it on the plantain chips. You'll sprinkle it to the level you want it. this particular dried pepper I bought was really peppery, so I knew that just sprinkling a little will be just okay. So depending on how peppery your pepper is, you just sprinkle it on the plantain chips. You can go ahead and taste it if it's peppery enough, and if it's not, you go ahead and sprinkle more till you have your desired effect. Alright, so this is what it looks like after mixing it, after mixing the pepper. Thank you for watching my superstars. Till our next video, always remember that I love you. Mwah.